Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. I come to you with such sadness. I have just learned that we have lost such a beautiful, sweet, kind soul. We lost Mel Thompson. If you don't know who Mel Thompson is, she's a YouTuber. She has a YouTube channel where she do makeup reviews, but you guys, she, in my opinion, was the sweetest person on YouTube, in my opinion. I am so saddened. I ask that you guys please send good thoughts, pray for our friends and our family during this hard time. And it just makes me so sad that we have lost such a beautiful soul. So you guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Also, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Sunday, they actually held a memorial service for Gabby. It was absolutely beautiful. No other word can describe it, but it was beautiful. So Gabby's dad, also Joe Petito, also announced that they will be opening the Gabby Foundation, where they will be taking donations, and this foundation will also be for those families that are in the same position in helping them do a search and all that kind of stuff. So I will link that down in the description box below if you would like to go and check it out. Here we go again. KJ had to mess that up in some way. She had to mess it up, and this is what she put on her Twitter. Gabby Petito announces the launch of the Gabby Petito Foundation with the goal of helping families in similar situations. Really, you guys? Really? And then 5 minutes later, she goes and she edits it and she says, Joseph Petito announces the launch of the Gabby Petito Foundation with the goal of helping families in similar situations. Now, you guys, how hard is it just to take your time when covering such important stories or announcements? But she's so wanting to be the first that, you know what, I promised myself I would not swear in respect of Gabby and her family. Because at the end of the day, this woman is pushing it. She truly is pushing it. She's nothing but insensitive, disrespectful, has no self-awareness. I'm even damn stuttering. No self-awareness at all. She's just all about getting those views, getting those clicks, getting that attention, getting those, whatever you want to call it. But this is so frustrating, but it has to be put out there so people can actually see that this woman is not in it for the right reasons, but just in it for the dollars. So in my previous video, I did show a clip of where KJ had actually donated $1,000 to Sophie Long's mom's legal fees or something to that effect. And I got a lot of comments stating that they would only believe it if they saw receipts, which was so wrong of me. I should have put the receipts in there, which I'm putting it up now, because at the end of the day, I don't have a problem giving credit where credit is due. And she did actually donate $1,000. So there's no way to, if you want to dislike her for that, no. But since we've rectified that, so since KJ can do the right thing, okay? KJ, can we please see the receipts for where you actually was supposed to donate money to or raised funds for the Ronald McDonald House? Can we have all the receipts to whatever you said happened? It's like you took PayPal for it, then you changed it from PayPal. You made Ronald McDonald House the ultimate receiver for these funds. So can we see all those receipts, because a lot of people do want to know. So now we move on to her third video that she's actually made on this Gabby Petito case, okay? So to date, she's done 10 videos on this Gabby Petito case. Now, I said I would do these videos to call out her bullshit. And this to me is one of like many to come. I do know that I'm lagging behind. She's already made 10, I'm only on the third. You guys, I'm gonna try my best to actually catch up and do what I need to do. But she actually did a live. And this live was actually for, what, an hour and 15 minutes or somewhere. And I promise you guys, there was nothing new, except maybe just an update on a lead that they were following in, or the story that broke out of Mobile, Alabama on my doorstep. But that came out to be nothing. So she went on in this video for 1 hour and 15 minutes, repeating herself on what she spoke about in the previous video. In my opinion, this is how she lies, she deceives, she puts on a front like she's so interested. But at the end of the day, it's all about the dollars. It's all about her making money. It's all about her getting the clicks, the views, the subscribers. And I'm going to point that out to you as we go along. But let me humor you a bit. This was her introduction.
Hi guys. Hello. Thank you guys for being extremely patient with me. I have been very busy. I have been trying to bring everything together. There has been so much information that has come out in the last, I don't even know, less than 24 hours.
So we're going to be slammed with new info. Yay!
But welcome everyone to my channel. I am so glad to have you here. The moderators are here to help you and to have a good, productive conversation. I just want to make sure that we keep our chats really clean.
Actually, this means no cursing, or I will be demonetized, or maybe my ads will be limited. And her husband even put here, no cursing. You can see for yourself.
Try not to trigger anyone in the chat and use your words sparingly.
Again, no words like killed, suicide, murder, anything that can get her demonetized. So, FYI.
In terms of graphicness, I want to keep things happy here. So if you're going to talk about Gabby being gone, let's use other words than anything graphic that could trigger anyone.
Now, this is a typical example of how KJ wants to remain monetized, that she coaches her subscribers, her audience. Take a look at this.
When we talk about, let's use the word unalive instead of using the S word.
So that's a new word for KJ, unalive. You can't say dead in her videos. You can't say suicide in her videos. You can't say murdered in her videos. It's all just got to be unalive. Wow. Why censor your audience? Why?
Everyone is coming into this story with very different places. So we want to keep things as calm as possible. And the chat this afternoon is available for subscribers only.
Bullshit, Katie. You don't worry about anybody else's feelings. You just want to remain monetized. So if you do want to partake in this conversation, you have no other choice but to subscribe. And then you're going to have to wait your 5 minutes, and then you can have your say.
I have you guys on slow mode. And if you have not, which means every 60 seconds, you can put a new chat in, and subscribers can join and start chatting within 5 minutes of hitting the subscribe button. So I would just like to remind you guys to be super cognizant of that.
Now take a listen to how she promotes herself.
Now, first and foremost, if you're new to my channel, thank you guys for following me. Thank you guys for subscribing. We cover a variety of topics on this channel. And over the years, we do cover missing persons cases. We did Lori Vallow. We've been on and off covering the Sophie Long case. We have done a variety of true crime type topics on this channel. It just depends on sort of what I'm interested in at the time. And this specific case has had me intrigued, I think, as much as all of you.
The only true crime that I've seen Katie cover, the Sophie Long, which, what did she do with Sophie Long? She called her a brat, and she said that Sophie Long reminds her of her boy, her little boy, when he throws tantrums, okay? Then she got heat for that. Who else? Oh, now that this is a major story, This is dollar signs for Katie. Nothing else but dollar signs, in my opinion. But remember, I showed you a clip in the last video where she says she was sitting on her high chair, which I call her high chair, but it's a recliner. She says she doesn't do true crime. So let's take a look at this clip where this was maybe a week ago. She said this.
Many of you have asked me to look into Summer Wells, which is a missing persons case, and I'm going to decline. I don't, as a whole, like to do missing persons cases, and it's just a lot. And right now there's the whole Sophie Long, she's still missing, and I just try to stay away from that. There's always so much like true crime is great, but there's also like a lot of toxicity with some of the true crime communities. So I don't really feel comfortable bringing the Summer Wells stuff to my channel, not because I don't believe that she needs to be found. I just don't, it's just not a story I want to bring here. Some of you guys have been asking about whether or not I'm going to be doing more of this true crime. You know, I do a lot of true crime on this channel already as it is. If you're not familiar, I've been covering extensively the Josh Duggar case, which is true crime. That's always been my draw to the Duggars, is their covering up of his crimes. So yes, I will always be covering different topics. I also cover not heavy topics for my own mental health. But this specific case is so complex.
Now take a look at this clip where she gets so happy because she once again has a folder.
So earlier today, let's just pull up, I have a running, I've started a folder all about Gabby.
Now, can anybody remember the last time she was so upbeat about having a folder? I remember was when she was bragging about having a whole folder on Tati Westbrook. That didn't age very well, did it? I don't think so. But just for entertainment purposes, and this is just for your information, KJ is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Dumb. She's an idiot. So she shared her screen again. And what do we have here? Okay, I understand she has a folder on Steve and she has a folder on Erin. If nobody knows who Erin is a YouTuber. She runs the channel EKCPEOPLESUCK. So it seems as though she has a file on Erin too. So I suppose Erin is actually under some scrutiny from KJ. Just an observation. Now, in my last video, I showed you guys how KJ has a tendency to misspeak. So we're going to do that again and listen to how she misspeaks and loses her wording. But in this clip, I'm going to show you, she actually says not the Carlton Reserve, she calls it the Carlton Preserve.
They picked up a car at the preserve. Stopped doing is they're no longer looking for him at the, what do you call it? The preserve. So they were looking at that nature preserve.
And then also when you are focusing or you're watching footage of people every day, all day, I'm sure the least you can do is remember their name. So this is what she says about that guy, Brian, that actually is at the home, outside of the home of the laundries.
Because Brian Etten, who is with National News Now, it's like an affiliate that does some independent journalism. That is, his parents basically said that they took him to the reserve, like that he had driven himself to the reserve, or they had left a car there for the reserve.
Also, in her first video about reporting on Gabby, she said she grew interested in this because Gabby reminded her of her best friend from college, and if that was her friend, she'd want to do everything to try find her and all that bullshit. That's what it is. That's bullshit. Because now she has another reason for being interested in this case.
But this specific case is so complex, and there's so many different layers, and I think there's so many different dynamics that people all can find themselves in some part in this story.
So KJ says that she doesn't like to go off speculation. Okay, let me just play a few clips from the same video of hers. That's all she does, speculates.
They realize that it's not as, picturesque or as perfect as they might have wanted it to be. Their worlds are not as exciting as they think it is. And, if you're in cramped quarters and you're on top of each other constantly, it would make for a lot of fighting. If he wants to go out and he wants to do things and she wants to work on the blog, based on how this was all looking, that this relationship was faltering because he's leaving her in Salt Lake City.
Katie, who is this case about? Not about you. Nobody's life is textbook, in my opinion. Nobody's story is the same to the exact T. Nobody's is, okay? Why do you insist on inserting yourself in Gabby's story? You're not Gabby. You never will be Gabby. When is that going to get through to you, Katie Joy? When? It's just at this point, it's disrespectful. It's frustrating. It is so insensitive.
She was 22 and I'm 42, but put yourself in the age of a 22-year-old. When you're 22 years old, are you 100% honest with your parents about things? Or do you give them sort of the highlight reel because you don't want them to worry about you too much? You don't want them to be overly stressed about you. Are you going to tell your parents everything, or are you going to give them just the high level stuff? That was kind of my question about all of that, was whether or not, she was telling them everything that was going on or just very high level stuff. I have to think of it in the context of the age. If you have ever been in a relationship where your partner was DV and it was not a healthy dynamic, if it was one of her first relationships, she might not even know if it's healthy or not. She might not even be able to articulate if what she's experiencing is DV. To her, she might have no frame of reference. That was my problem when I was her age, when I was involved with someone that was like that, was that I didn't have a frame of reference. So for me, I didn't know that what I was experiencing was DV until I left the situation and went into therapy.
Now, you guys, I want you to take a look at this screenshot, okay? And can anybody tell me if it's just maybe me? And this says, this was actually a statement from Gabby's parents' attorney. And it says, all of Gabby's family wants the world to know that Brian is not missing. He is in hiding. Gabby is missing. And she puts on there, Gabby Petito's family issued the simple statement tonight. Mic drop. This is definitely 100% not a mic drop, Katie Joy. You idiot. Okay? This is a statement to let people know that Gabby is still missing, okay? So let's see the interpretation or the meaning of mic drop. It's typically performed after said completely roasted someone else, usually a gesture meaning I'm done with this and I'm done with your shit. So to me, the statement that the Petito family put out has nothing to do with being a mic drop, in my opinion. You guys can let me know. But all I can say is, KJ, you need to get your shit together because this is unacceptable. And that's not even the worst of it. She puts this on her Instagram with the side-by-side of Chris Watts and Brian Laundrie. And she has a caption, this is so eerie. I'm going to leave you guys to be the judge of all this. The next one we have, she has the Duggars on this, whatever it is. And she got Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar found Brian Laundrie. Okay. No, they didn't. They just found a way to look awkward. Seriously, people? This is no time to be joking. This is absolutely, this is wrong. Period. It is wrong. She has no sense of fucking humor. It had to come out. I'm sorry. It just had to come out. This is just so wrong. We'll leave it as that. Next one. She got a side-by-side of Joshua Duggar and Brian Laundrie. And she says two of the most hated men in the US right now. How is this okay? Don't we live, and I'm not coming to Brian Laundrie's defense in any way. What is happening is absolutely unacceptable. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know the full story. Only until Brian comes forward will we know his side of the story. But the way it looks now, it's just like, we live in the United States.
Like what they're investigating at this point, they haven't even declared that a crime has been committed. Although I believe, you know, if you have a brain, you can assume that something happened.
But it just doesn't look good for him right now. But what Katie Joy does not understand, she's spreading hate, in my opinion. We live in a country where we are innocent until proven guilty. He is wanted. There is a warrant out for his arrest. He's in hiding. His parents are holding things back, but that does not prove his guilt. Just my opinion, you guys. What this woman is doing, in my opinion, is spreading hate. And then I'm going to end with this, which is the worst thing ever, in my opinion. She sits on a high horse, or she sits behind that camera, like she is the most perfect person going, okay? And she says we should not dehumanize. But let me play the clip.
Just try to remain, I think, cognizant that these are real people that had real lives, and it's really easy to dehumanize the people that we talk about, and I don't like doing that.
We should not dehumanize anybody. She did this video about Jill and Derek Dillard a few weeks ago, and this is how she references them.
Now, Jill could very well upload videos when they get back home, because last year when they went down to Florida, she did like a series of beach vacation videos. So maybe we will actually see footage of them all interacting in the wild. So like a fundy wild in the wild interaction.
Fundies in the wild. Is that appropriate? Hell no, it's not. They are also human beings. They have lives. They are humans. How is this acceptable? How is this okay? She wants to come on a channel like she's so prim and proper. She always does the right thing. She does no wrong. Go back and watch her videos, people. Those that are so far up her backside and taking her part. She just said in that video not to dehumanize people. She sat on her channel and she says that they will make a video, Fundies in the Wild. What is found in the wild? Animals. I rest my case. You guys, you can let me know your thoughts down below. That's it from me for this one. I will be back with more. I'm so sorry about the delay. You know what, life happens. I've just tried to do this when I do have time. But please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Feel free to share this video if you like. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Please be safe out there. Wear your mask, and don't forget, be kind to one another. Bye, guys.